First off, you guys after that lose streak, you had to win on out, and last week a good start. Came home, won both games, and now back on the road, got to do the same thing. But talk about how important that home weekend was for you guys.
We played two really good regionally ranked teams in Cal State LA and Dominguez Hills, so we knew that it was not going to be easy. It was going to be a battle, and I felt like our team came out and really played with that urgency that you have to have to continue your season, and they did that, and we just kind of treated it as a survive and advance kind of mentality, like a tournament. And so our tournament's already started, and that's how we're kind of approaching every game.
When you came home last week, what do you expect, especially from the seniors? Obviously, they want to continue this season after the regular season ends this week, but talk about the fight that you saw in your team.
Our seniors actually, they see that end is near before last week. They play with a lot of urgency every day in practice and in games and what have you. They're, always have that urgency, but I think it rubs off onto our other players a little bit more when it's senior, week and their last time to play in Lumberjack Arena, and it kind of hits home a little bit more, I think, for everybody.
All right, so this week, final two games, both on the road. You're going to start off at Chico. Obviously, it happened earlier in the season. Looked like you guys had the game. Chico comes back and wins. Chico definitely not an easy opponent. And talk about the thoughts going into that matchup this week.
Right, another regionally ranked team. Second or third in our conference right now, and just a tough team, especially at home. And so just like everyone, our conference is tough top to bottom, so we can't think anything different. And then going on the road, and it's their last time playing in their respective gyms this weekend, and so we know that they're going to bring it, and we have to make sure we match that intensity.
Hopefully you guys make the playoffs. If you guys don't make the conference tournament, you brought in new players, the seniors. Is it a letdown? Is it what can you say about this season?
Well, we're making the conference tournament, so it's not really a question that we're going to answer, right? We'll see how we feel after the season if that does happen.
Talk about the game plan with Chico. Obviously, you probably don't have to watch too much tape that you guys might happen, but just to talk about going up against them.
Right, I just finished watching it, so it gets you fired up for one. But we didn't play 40 minutes of basketball, and they started the game. They had the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes, and we won the middle 30. But unfortunately, you have to play for 40, and so Chico started strong, came out on 11-0 run to start the game, and then we chipped away and ended up getting up by 9 at halftime, up by 15 in the second half. But they're a good team. You can't leave their shooters open, and really have good posts inside, have a great point guard in Hamilton. So it's an all-around team effort. You can't focus on one or two players. They're very tough. They're physical defensively. They do a great job of making you run your action to get looks, and so they don't give you anything easy. And so it's really being patient at the offensive end to use action to score.
Yeah, basketball definitely a team sport. You guys have some individual members that can break some records this week, and thoughts about that? Right,
we have Kersey and Jay that are getting into record books for single season. Jay's still day to day whether she's going to be able to get back from her illness, and then Kersey's getting in there with free throws, and I haven't looked at other ones with where she's broken in, but they're great players. I expect them to do well. We brought them in thinking they're going to be in that record book. Those are the type of players, the impact players that we knew they would be, and so they've held up their end of the bargain.
All right, Coach, can you tell me the biggest contribution that each Ellie, Kelly, and Jane have made in their time at the program as supporting seniors?
Right. Gosh, it's hard to narrow it down to one thing. Jane's been here for 2 years, transferred from College of the Redwoods, and probably just her competitiveness and her fire every day, whether it's practice, it's shoot around, it's a game. She's going to be focused. She's going to demand that her team does the same, and those kinds of things, rub off, and she's worked her way into back into the starting lineup right now because of that. She can defend, she's tough, and she, is very focused all the time, and so I think that's something that she brings night in and night out. Who's up? Kelly Kine is a 5th-year senior, and she is just a heady player, is very smart, rotates well, is always making the right cut and right read offensively, and then makes a good rotation defensively. So probably her basketball IQ is something that you can't teach a lot as a coach. Sometimes they come with it or they don't, and we try to develop them as much as we can. And Kelly definitely has the high basketball IQ. And third, Ellie Anderson is a 4-year senior, and having another person like her who she's a captain for a couple years here, is physically strong and can bang inside and defend and rebound for us in the post. And so she brings it every day, and she's another one. She and Jane are always the ones that are trying to bring life and bring energy to our practices and our games. So they both do a good job of that.